Jasmine from 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, recently shared updates about her sons, indicating whether they have reunited with her in the United States. Originally from Panama City, Panama, Jasmine moved to the United States on a K-1 visa. However, after consulting with an immigration attorney, Jasmine discovered an error in her visa application regarding her two sons, Fiancé and JC. This mistake has caused a delay, potentially extending the wait for Jasmine to be reunited with her sons. Despite past challenges in her relationship, Jasmine remains focused on her goal. Are Jasmine's sons in America? Jasmine's sons are currently being cared for by her family in Panama. Despite the end of a past relationship, she remains committed to bringing her children to the United States for a brighter future. She has been working with an immigration attorney, but acknowledges the demanding nature of the process in terms of time, finances, and other resources. In February 2025, Jasmine proudly shared that her son, Fiancé, had just started junior high school after excelling as the valedictorian in elementary school, suggesting he is still living in Panama. When asked who was taking care of her children back home, Jasmine responded, "Me and family, but not dad, unfortunately." Even though Jasmine's sons are still awaiting visa approval, they have already started preparing for their new lives in the United States. A lovely video shared by Jasmine on Instagram showed Fiancé learning to speak English. During a video call, Jasmine, with her partner by her side, taught Fiancé how to say, "I want to go to the movies with my family. Please send money." Jasmine excitedly captioned the video with, "Fiancé is adding fluent and adorable English to his resume," expressing joy at witnessing her son's language progress. She mentioned, "Watching him learn is the sweetest thing ever." Matt's role with Jasmine's sons. Matt has stepped up to fill a supportive role for Jasmine's two sons. He is not only a great father to their newborn daughter, Matilda, but is also making an effort to connect with Jasmine's sons, despite them being in Panama. The humid Panamanian air, thick with the scent of tropical blossoms and distant sea salt, still clung to Jasmine's memories. Even here, in the crisp, air-conditioned comfort of her new American home, she could close her eyes and almost feel the familiar warmth on her skin, hear the rhythmic pulse of salsa music drifting from open windows, and see the vibrant chaos of Panama City. But most vividly, she saw Fiancé and JC's faces, etched into her heart with the longing only a mother separated from her children can know. It had been an uphill battle every step of the way. The K-1 visa, a golden ticket to a new life, had turned out to have a hidden clause, an oversight that felt like a cruel joke from fate. An immigration attorney, her voice sympathetic but firm, had laid out the grim truth. The omission of her sons' names on the initial application had triggered a cascade of bureaucratic delays. What should have been a 6-month wait had stretched into an agonizing limbo, potentially 2 years. 2 years. It was a lifetime when measured in a child's growth, in missed hugs and bedtime stories. Despite the complexities of her past relationships, Jasmine had clung to the vision of her boys joining her. It was the bedrock of her resilience, the fuel for every phone call to the attorney's office, every extra shift she picked up. She pictured their faces as they stepped off the plane, wide-eyed and a little shy, then running into her arms. That image, shimmering like a mirage in the desert, kept her going. The echoes of Panama. In Panama, life continued for Fiancé and JC, a life shaped by the familiar embrace of family. Jasmine's mother, a woman of formidable strength and endless love, became their anchor. Aunts, uncles, and cousins formed a protective, bustling ecosystem around them, ensuring they never felt truly alone. Yet the absence of their mother, a subtle ache, was always present. February 2025. Jasmine's phone buzzed with a video call, and Fiancé's beaming face filled the screen. He was dressed in a crisp white shirt, a medal glinting on his chest. "Mama?" he practically shouted, his voice cracking with preteen excitement. "I was valedictorian. for elementary school. Tears welled in Jasmine's eyes. She clapped, a joyous, unrestrained sound. Mi amor, my brilliant boy, I knew you would. He was growing so fast, his face losing the roundness of childhood, hints of the young man he would become already visible. It was a bittersweet moment. Pride swelled in her chest, but so did a pang of yearning. She should have been there, to hug him tightly, to whisper how proud she was as he walked across that stage. Later, she shared the news on Instagram, a proud mother's boast to the world. A flurry of comments followed, well wishes and questions. One stood out, "Who's taking care of your children back home?" Jasmine paused, her thumb hovering over the keyboard. The answer was simple, yet laden with emotion. Me and family, but not Dad, unfortunately. It was a reality she had accepted, but one that still carried a sting. A bridge across continents. Even as the visa process crawled at a snail's pace, Jasmine's sons were preparing for their new lives. They were excited, curious, and a little nervous about this distant land their mother now called home. English, a language that sounded like a jumble of strange sounds and unfamiliar rhythms, became their new mission. One afternoon, a video call connected Jasmine, Matt, her partner, a steady, calm presence in her often turbulent life, and Juance. The screen flickered, revealing Juance's eager face, a notebook open in front of him. "Okay, Juance," Jasmine began, her voice patient, her accent softening the English words. "Repeat after me. I want to go to the movies with my family." Juance squinted, his brow furrowing in concentration. "I wanna go to the movies with my family." He stumbled over the sound, a common challenge. Matt leaned into the frame, a warm smile on his face. "Good, Juance. Try to make your tongue touch your teeth for the," he demonstrated, exaggerating the movement. Juance giggled, mimicking Matt's tongue placement. "The movies," he tried again, a little more confidently. Jasmine beamed. "Perfect. Now, the next part. Please send money," she winked playfully. Juance's eyes widened, a mischievous grin spreading across his face. "Please send money," he repeated, his pronunciation surprisingly clear. He even added a dramatic hand gesture, rubbing his fingers together. Jasmine and Matt burst out laughing. "Yes," Jasmine exclaimed, delight bubbling in her voice. She quickly typed a caption for the video she was recording. Juance is adding fluent and adorable English to his resume, expressing joy at witnessing her son's language progress. She added, "Watching him learn is the sweetest thing ever. Every new word, every hesitant phrase, felt like a brick laid on the bridge that would eventually connect them." Matt, a steady presence. Matt had become an unexpected pillar in Jasmine's life, not just for her, but for her sons as well. With her past relationship firmly in the rearview mirror, Matt had naturally stepped into a supportive role. He was already a devoted father to their newborn daughter, Matilda, a tiny bundle of joy who had brought a new rhythm to their home. But his efforts extended beyond their shared child. He often joined Jasmine on the video calls to Panama, patiently listening as Juance and JC recounted their school days, their games, their small victories. He'd offer encouragement for their English lessons, sometimes even pulling out a children's book to read aloud, letting the sound of his voice travel across continents. One evening, as Jasmine scrolled through her Instagram comments, she saw a fan's observation. "Matt is totally wrapped around Juance's finger, just like Matilda." Jasmine smiled, a soft, genuine smile that reached her eyes. She typed her reply, "Absolutely. Matt spoils my children, Coco included, like there's no tomorrow." Coco was their fluffy little dog, a pampered member of the family who often made cameo appearances in the video calls, eliciting delighted squeals from Juance and JC. Matt's presence brought a sense of stability and warmth that Jasmine hadn't realized she was missing. He didn't try to replace anyone. He simply offered his genuine care and affection. He treated Juance and JC not as a burden or an afterthought, but as integral parts of Jasmine's world and, by extension, his own. He was invested, asking about their favorite subjects, their friends, even their latest video game conquests. The promise of tomorrow. The days bowled into weeks, the weeks into months. The immigration process, though painfully slow, was moving forward. There were forms to fill, interviews to schedule, documents to translate. Each step, no matter how small, felt like a victory. Jasmine meticulously organized every piece of paper, every email, every receipt. She worked tirelessly, saving every dollar, knowing that bringing her sons to the United States was not just a legal battle, but a significant financial undertaking. She often found herself staring at the 2 empty beds in the spare room, already adorned with bright, playful comforters and superhero-themed pillows. She imagined Juance sprawling out on one, JC meticulously arranging his toys on the other. Sometimes the quiet of the house pressed in on her, a stark contrast to the lively, boisterous home she pictured once her sons arrived.